Okay, mathematicians, I am back from the future. Woo! And I'm telling you, go and do the pre-teaching before you watch this video. Because otherwise, it won't be pre-teaching. It won't be before teaching. It's going to be after. Make sure you do the pre-teaching, then come back and watch this video. Go now! Okay, bye. Okay, so... kind of like that.
Except...
We are back, mathematicians. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed those videos of me chopping wood and were like, what is this about? Well, I was learning how to chop wood properly from my dad, who does that to help out some friends who have wood fire stoves. He'll go and he'll get big logs, chop them up, and then deliver it to people who have the wood fire heaters in their house, so they have lots of wood, because wood can be expensive. And the second part of the story is to do with this. This is a little hatchet that my brother made the handle for. And I used to show you this to kids, and he also made this leather. I don't know if it's real leather, actually. Probably not. Fake leather case for it, which looks pretty cool. And I used to show this to kids at school because we were doing a book called The Hatchet, and this is what a hatchet looks like. We had this old axe head, very old, very old. And it's actually made in a part of the world that doesn't exist anymore. I wonder if you can see. It says made in Western Germany. Germany, or Berlin, used to be divided into East and West after World War II. And West Germany was a place, but now it's not. Germany is back all together as one country. When my brother made the handle for this old hatchet head, he made it very nicely. It's nicely inlaid in here. Look at that, he made this. Fun fact, this bit is a paddle pop stick. Lol. Now, what I was doing, this is a hatchet, not a real axe, but my brother had made an axe handle for an old axe head, and that's what I was using. Not in those videos, but later on. And so I was using his nicely made wooden handle for the axe, and I was chopping the wood just for fun, just for some exercise. And what I would sometimes do, you might be able to see in the video, is that I swing and the axe head goes a little bit too far. It doesn't actually chop it chops just the end of the log instead of like right in the middle where it should. And I would get closer and closer, and then one time I completely missed the log and the handle hit the log itself and broke the axe handle that my brother had made, this beautiful handle like this. So then I ran away and I never talked to him again, and he still doesn't know. No, that's not true. I confessed, I apologized, and he said it was actually okay because that was one of his first practice ones. So lucky for me, or I maybe would have been killed by my brother. The reason that I'm showing you these videos is because we are going to chop it up. Say, chop it up. Strategy, chop it up. What? Chop it up. And this topic, which is about factor trees, hope you enjoyed the emojis in the title. Factor trees are going to be useful for when you need to multiply and divide stuff really quickly. It's really good for practicing that. Now, we're going to talk about married couples really quick. If you have a number like 10, you automatically know some numbers that multiply together to make that number. For example, you would know straight away 2 times 5. You might also have thought of, people usually forget this one, but 1 times 10. There you go. And these are like married couples. They go together, everyone knows them, and they make what you expect. It's a married couple. You just know what it is. You know that a 2 and 5 go together, and a 1 and 10 go together to make 10. These sorts of married couples are going to be helpful just for practicing multiplying and dividing, because as soon as you know, if you know the married couple 2 times 5 is 10, then if you're like, what's 10 divided by 2? You know that it's the other part of the couple. It's the other half of the couple. which is a 5, because you know the married couple, 2 times 5 is 10. There we go. Did I say one of those backwards? I feel like I might have said one in the wrong order. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. So, for example, another example, 12, 3 times 4 is 12. You guys already know that. You might know the other married couple, 2 times 6. And the last one you'll probably already know, 1 times 12. So that if you get a division question like 12 divided by 6, you automatically know it's the other part of the couple. You guys know this. So then you're going to be well set up for this week's topic. Now, you're going to have questions asking you to break something down into a factored tree, and here's how you do that. One of the ones you might have in the smiling work is 20, and what we're going to do is we're going to break this down, we're going to chop it up into numbers until we can't chop it up anymore. Okay, we're going to chop it down into the smallest bits that we can. Think of a married couple that make 20. I'm going to go 4 and 5. Could go 2 and 10, could go 1 and 20, but in fact I'm going to say no 1 and 20. 4 times 5. Excuse me. What we're going to do now is we're going to chop these numbers down, chop it up, until we can't chop it down anymore. When you can't chop it down anymore, until it's a prime number. You might remember this, we did an early topic on it in when you started year 5. A prime number is something that can only be divided by itself and 1. So if you were going to chop it up, you'd only get 1 times itself. That's what 5 is. 5 is a prime number because you can only break it down into 1 times 5. So we don't need to chop it up anymore. It's already a prime. So we're going to circle it. That's a prime. Only be divided by itself and 1. 5 can only be divided by 1 and 5. This number, however, is not a prime. We can divide this down further. We can chop it up further. So we can put this into, you already know it, 2 and 2. Now 2 is a prime number. 2 can only be divided by itself and 1. We could only break it down into 1 and 2. We could only chop it up into 1 and 2. But we're not going to do that. It's already a prime. So we just circle it because it's a prime. Otherwise, you just keep doing this. You'd go like 1, 2, 1, 2. And your factor tree would be 1,000,000 years long making. So we don't do that because we know we've already got to the prime. So we stop. You can, if you want to, year 5s, think of the circle. When you circle the prime, you can think of that as a stop sign if you want, because you already have got the prime. We don't need to do it anymore. This is our factor tree. It's got branches. It's kind of like a factor tree. Or if you want to, yeah, you could think of them like roots, I guess. But then that would be a very small tree up here. Yeah, that looks kind of like a chef's hat or a muffin. Up to you. I'm hungry. It's probably a muffin. So we've got our factor tree. We've got the prime factors. These are called prime factors. They are prime factors. And we can actually write out 20 as a multiplication sentence with these prime factors. So we can actually say 20 equals 2 times 2 times 5. And if you work out that, you would get 20. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. But of course, year 5s, that's not the only type of factor tree you could make for 20. Before I erase this, make sure you've got the strategy down. Make sure you've got the stop to know that you circle a prime and stop. And that you chop it up until it's a prime number, which is divided by itself and 1. Pause the video if you need to. And I'm going to show you another example of a factor tree for 20. This time, we're gonna go 2 and 6. One of those is already a prime number. Which one? Can only be divided by itself and 1. 2. 6 can be divided further, so this one goes in a box. 6 can be divided further. What's the married couple that makes 6? 2 times 3. 2 is already a prime number, we figured that out before. 3 also, oh no, what have I done? Whoops. All right, I've broken it down too far. I'm gonna leave this in because I want to show you that making mistakes is okay, because then you learn. I've learned that you should double check your married couple before you just keep on chopping it up. So what I meant to do is 2 times 10. I don't know why I had 6 in my head. That's weird. Okay, 2 times 10. 2 is a prime number, as I showed you. 10 can be broken up more. Can be chopped up more. What's the married couple for 10? 2 and 5. 2 is a prime number. 5, we figured out last time, also a prime number. So, last time we broke it up. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm busy. I'll talk to you later. Even though last time we broke 20 into 4 times 5, and this time we broke it into 2 times 10, we still get the same prime factors. That's how you know that you're correct both times, because you got the same prime factors. There you go, year 5s. That is it. Nothing else I need to tell you. The pre-teaching is what you should have done before watching this video. I might just record myself saying that right at the start so that you don't watch this video if you forgot to do the pre-teaching. That's why I put the order of the module very carefully. I put pre-teaching first and then you watch the strategy video. Okay, that is this week's strategy, year 5. Let me know how you go making your factor trees, and I'll see you on the Zoom call if you need it. Otherwise, good luck, work hard, see you soon. Bye.